Yes, it is.
And we've had a busy week since the last time we talked with you all.
Yes, we have.
I think on Friday when we left, we were going to head out to Hens and Chickens with Todd Tammy, and we did get in the dinghy and we started out there, and it was way too rough. So we ended up going to a sandbar, which was really fun. There were probably 50 boats docked along the sandbar,
Anchored.
anchored. Would I say docked?
Hmm.
Anchored. And so we decided to join in the fun, and we just jumped into about chest deep water and listened to all the surrounding music and just had a good time for a couple hours on the sandbar. Then we got home. Am I going to tell the whole story
No,
with this day?
maybe.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
call a commentator today.
We got home and we decided to go hit the breweries. So we found a really fun one, the Florida Keys Brewing Company, and it had a really cool beer garden behind it. And everything was really colorful, all the picnic tables and chairs. And I mean, everything was kind of the tie dye theme
Hmm.
and had some good IPA beers and sat there for a while. And as we were getting ready to leave, we had a little rental car, bumper car action go on where
Todd was
Todd
driving.
was driving and backed out, and there was another rental car pulling in, and they collided. So we had just a little bit of a downtime while the rental car agencies worked through all the insurance and
Todd's rental car, so not we didn't have any issue with that. But yeah, just a little fender bender and easy peasy. But it did take
it.
an hour and a half, 2 hours waiting for all the phone calls and all that kind of stuff. But we finished that up and went on our way to dinner.
And we ate at a new restaurant that was recommended to us called the Square Grouper, and it was delicious.
Very good.
We had a great dinner there.
Yeah, we rolled in and there was a pretty sizable wait, and I saw four open seats at the bar, so I asked the maitre d if we could grab those seats, and she was like, "Absolutely!" So we got sat right away, and pretty good.
It was
It
delicious.
was delicious.
So then Saturday, the next day, Todd and Tammy got up and
Well,
they left.
before that, we
Oh,
went to the whistle stop. After that,
yeah, we did stop. We stopped at the other brewery too, the
mm-hmm.
Isla Morada Brewery,
I
and had a beer there.
and I did. It was okay.
It was, yeah, not as good.
Yeah, that wasn't as good as the other one. And then we went over to Whistle Stop, which is the dive bar that was in the movie Bloodline
Bloodlines.
or the show, and had a good time. We played pool and hung out till 11,
Yeah,
something like that, and drove home. Um,
made it home
Made it
safely.
home safe. So that was a busy day. Friday was a busy day. A lot of things happened.
Yes. And then Saturday, Todd and Tammy got up and left around probably noon. And we regrouped and did laundry and had Publix deliver an Instacart order so we could stock back up on our groceries.
And how convenient is that? I
Yeah.
mean, we have the bikes to make short trips, but big grocery trips, you either get a Uber, which is $15-$20 each way, versus just have them deliver it. And what did it cost to deliver?
I think it was a $5 delivery charge or something
Yeah,
like
so
that. It's not.
cheaper, easier. They bring it right to the marina. We throw it in a cart and bring it back to the boat. So that is a very
And the other thing that happened that day is our boat neighbor, Bob,
mm-hmm.
cooked us some ribs on his
Oh,
smoker that were absolutely amazing. And his nickname is Brisket Bob
yeah.
because I guess he does this all the time.
He's a permanent resident there at Founders, and yeah, he's got a smoker on the front of his boat. He's got a big boat, probably 70 footer, probably a 20 foot beam. So he's got a big old smoking grill on the front of his boat, and he was going to do some brisket, and he was going to the meat store, and he just yelled up at us if we wanted him to smoke some ribs, and I'm like, absolutely. So he bought us 2 rack of ribs, and some of the best ribs we've ever had.
Yeah, it was
Right,
great.
right here on the boat. That was cool. So
And then the next day we got up and we loaded all of our toys on the boat to get ready for our big trip up to Fort Lauderdale. And we had a visitor that day. A manatee came and visited
yeah,
us. Maybe we'll put a video
we will.
on the chat. He or she was really cute.
Yeah,
It looked younger.
it was a
It
smaller.
wasn't huge, so it was smaller, but that was fun.
But the funny thing about it is that it would go down and take a breath, and then it would blow bubbles for minutes, and then take a breath, and then go back down and blow bubbles again. I guess that's what you do for fun as a manatee.
I guess. But on our video, we actually caught the bubbles coming out its nose, so that's kind of fun. And then they had us pull over to the fuel dock around 4:30, and we filled up with diesel.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of diesel.
Yeah, 400 gallons of diesel.
Which was about $1,500 worth of diesel.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, 420. I think it was 424 a gallon.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, we've seen it higher than that.
So the good thing is we just stayed right there at the fuel dock in prep for being able to get up and leave early the next morning, which we did. We left at 7:30, our goal time on Monday, July 14th, and started our trip out. And the only kind of strange thing was we had a red warning light flash on our starboard diesel engine, but you just turned the engine off and back on and it cleared it out. So I think it was just a fault. But the water was like glass.
Yeah, we picked a really good day to do it as far as that's concerned. I mean, a thunderstorm or two rolled in on us, but nothing too bad. I mean, it was when we were getting closer to Fort Lauderdale, and it rained a lot, but not a lot of wind and not a lot of waves, so it wasn't that bad.
No, but it was really scary watching the storm fronts. We were on our weather apps the whole time, and you'd see these great big cells with the red showing, and then you'd look off in the distance and the sky was black, and you see the ground strikes with the lightning, and it was a little scary.
Yeah, I just kept telling Deb not to touch any metal.
Yeah. So I'd lean against something and I'd say, "Is this metal? Do I have to worry about this?" Mm-hmm. But anyway, we did have some other things that happened along there. We had another refrigerator incident. Mm-hmm. We were trying to get the boat up on plane, which is a whole nother story. So our bow was way up high and didn't even think about it, but came back down in the boat maybe a half hour later. And not only had we lost everything off the shelf of the refrigerator, including a Corona bottle that broke, dead soldier, but the whole vegetable fruit drawer had slid out on the floor too. So it took me about 20 minutes to get all that cleaned up.
And it also finally convinced Deb. I bought locks for the refrigerator a long time ago. Basically, there's stickers that go in a little chain, kind of like a door, that locks the doors from doing that. And Deb thought they were ugly and didn't want me to do that. So after this session, you just live and learn. So as soon as we came down, I slapped those suckers on, and now the refrigerators have locks on them.
And we have a picture of it too that we can put out there so you can see our locks. So hopefully that'll take care of that. The other thing, when we were starting to pull into, I think it's called the Port Everglades Inlet, which goes into Fort Lauderdale, we're trying to see out our isinglass with all the rain, and Chris is like, "What is that? Do you see that? Is that a cruise ship?" And there was a big, huge cruise ship that was stopped right in front of us. Not right in front of us. It was, we had plenty of time to react. But that was our first cruise ship that we've seen, and it was on the Atlantic Ocean. Mm-hmm. And then we slowed down and let it get out the inlet. And as we started pulling into the inlet, here came a little pilot boat, I think they're called, leading the way of another huge cruise ship. So it must have been the cruise ship scheduled time to leave
They
at
probably left
five
right, or
o'clock.
they just left after the storms rolled through. So yeah, we had to hover for a while to wait for those two ships, and then another kind of a
Like a
worker ship
barge or something.
came through. So we had to hover for 20 minutes to half an hour to wait for that traffic to get out of the way. But then we got in, no problem.
So I think we got to our slip. We're actually at a slip now at the Swimming Hall of Fame Marina in Fort Lauderdale.
Or it's also called Hall of Fame,
Hall of
but
Fame.
just Hall of Fame. Yeah, Hall of Fame. Um, it's cool. It's a huge Olympic sized pool, and they got platform diving there. I mean, up to like 100 foot. So every day there are people, kids, college students, I don't know what, doing these amazing flips and things off these boards. So it's pretty cool to watch.
Yeah.
And we've done a couple of really nice dinghy trips too.
We have, and the houses along here are just amazing, and the size of the yachts are
Yeah.
even more amazing. And we've done a couple dinghy adventures. One of them we went back through a neighborhood and we had to go under what, like probably 4 foot bridges. So I've got a video of that too, where we're ducking, going under bridges, and you'll be able to see some of the big yachts. But anyway, we pulled in at, it was a 10-hour day that day on our cruise. So we
Mhm.
pulled in at like 5:30 in a rainstorm. Didn't have help with lines, so we had to figure out how to get ourselves docked without a stern thruster. So that was a little bit of an adventure,
Yeah, it
but
was kind of windy, so it took us a couple of shots to get Deb close enough to the dock where she could jump out without hurting herself. Um, but yeah, everything was. I mean, we were soaking wet by the time we got everything loaded up, or tied up and ready to go. We got the water hooked up, got the electricity work hooked up, and we've been here a week, not even a week,
since Monday,
since Monday, and we
we're
got a
we're
couple
doing
of
some
things that we
boat
want
things. Yeah.
done next week. So we got a guy who's going to come out and take care of a couple of things first of the week, and then the plan is to continue up the intercoastal headed towards West Palm. The other thing that we did with it was cool too was we were able to get on Fort Lauderdale Country Club golf course yesterday. Reciprocation Coolstream was able to book us a time, and what a nice course.
Oh man, it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was Deb's birthday on the 17th, so
Yay!
um, I got her that, and we had lunch later, and Deb had a birthday birdie,
Yay!
so
On a par three,
we both played pretty
knocked it
well.
close.
I
Yeah.
think it was just a good day on the course. It was overcast, had a nice breeze, so it was cool.
It was not
Um,
crowded. I was surprised at how it was not crowded, but beautiful course. Like Chris called it old school golf course. Lots of big trees and beautiful landscaping and
the
just
the
gorgeous.
long tee boxes, yeah. So the old school, that course has been there forever, um, but a lot of bunkers, plenty of water. Deb was into bunkers a lot. I wasn't.
But I got out pretty well.
Pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, that was a great trip. If you get a chance, I would recommend Fort Lauderdale Country Club if you can get on. That's a nice spot. And we got some other courses identified going up the intercoastal. There's several that are right along the intercoastal, and we're gonna hit courses as we make our way up. I think that's one of the main things that we're going to try to do is get to or stay close to where those courses are, and take a day and play golf.
We kind of get funny looks when we're getting off the boat and carrying our golf clubs up the dock. People are like,
We had a guy the other day who was like, "You got too many hobbies." I'm like, whatever. So that was, what day was that?
that
That
was
was
yesterday. We're
yesterday.
done.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what we have today, we're planning to take the dinghy all the way downtown into Fort Lauderdale. It's called the New River, and it goes from the marina that we're at and takes us all the way downtown. So we're going to go down. There's a dinghy dock there, and there's a really cool area called the Wharf that has a bunch of restaurants and bars, and we're going to cruise down there and grab an early dinner and head back. And then I don't know for this weekend exactly what
I
we
think
got planned.
tomorrow we talked about maybe doing a e-bike right along the beach. We're like 1 block from the beach, so maybe jumping on the bikes and going down the boardwalk.
Yeah, there's Fort Lauderdale
Next
Beach is
morning.
right where we're at, and there's a bike path. So yeah, that might be fun. People watching on a Saturday, there'll be more people there. And the other cool thing about here is there's no bugs. I mean,
It's awesome.
last night I cooked up an authentic Italian dinner last night. We actually got really good uh, Italian ingredients, noodles.
Fresh pasta,
But yeah, so
fresh tomato sauce.
we
It was
had
delicious.
fresh mozzarella cheese. So and of course a bottle of wine. So we opened a bottle of Dow red wine, and we drank the first glass while we were eating, and then we took the bottle up on the front of the boat. It's just a gorgeous night.
With no bugs.
No
No
bugs.
mosquitoes.
So we were out there till dark, and just had a nice evening, checking out the scenery and talking or whatnot. So
That was our week's adventure.
so happy birthday!
Thank you.
You're welcome. 63.
Hey, you don't have to say that.
Yeah,
I thought it was 45 or
no,
49
no,
50
sorry.
or yeah.
Sorry. But I think anything else? We had a lot of fun with Todd and Tammy, and looking forward to entertaining some other guests as we make the trip. But with that, I appreciate your time and tuning in. We're getting some nice feedback and some nice comments, and I think we're having some fun with this. So,
Until next time, we'll see you later.
bye, guys.
Bye.